Hello everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore and our self-made druid. Whether you are new here or a familiar face, please enjoy the relaxing commentary of today's episode. And as always, I hope you are all doing well, and I thank you for joining me today. It means a lot. In the previous episode, we spent some time in the cozy forests of Elwyn, utilizing the boar found at the local farms to fuel our cooking and leatherworking skills. We entered Stormwind for the first time, and we began our campaign through Westfall as well. Today, we look to continue the latter, aiding the citizens of these rugged farmlands, and we'll see how far we get. There's a chance we could be in for our trek to Ironforge and Loch Madonna Lake later in the episode. We'll see how everything goes first. We're going to start by heading north to turn in our quests with the Vrolbrows, while culling the local wildlife along the way. We've still got plenty of animal parts to collect. Let's actually start by not dealing with the level 17 Gore Tusk. That's a little bit too far out of our reach. Not all local wildlife is built the same. Let's head to the left side of Sentinel Hill here. The stuff we fought on the way down here seems to be a bit more in our range. Looks like we've got some free skins to collect here. Definitely try to take advantage of that. Let's also take note that this is seems like a pretty hefty hyper-spawning location. These flesh rippers seem to be coming back pretty quickly. We're also getting a lot of small eggs from them as well, which is nice. Further increase our cooking. Yeah, I mean, the boar are respawning pretty fast too. I feel like we've hit the jackpot with this hunter over here. So we'll keep at this until we collect all of the parts we need. We'll be in for a nice relaxing trip up the main road. From each of these skins we're getting either one light leather or sometimes even two, and sometimes we're getting light hides as well, which is really awesome. We've already got a stack of it almost at this point. I wonder if this spot has always been like this. I feel like I've leveled quite a few characters through hardcore, both Alliance and Horde side. And sometimes you come across an area that is, even outside of your starting area, that is always hyperspawning. It's always got a ton of stuff for you to kill at all times. I feel like I haven't known about this one, but if that's the case, we'll have to make sure we note that for the future as well. This is really awesome. It's nice and safe too, because it's close to the road, it's close to Sentinel Hill, so you can vendor if you need to. Which we're probably going to do before we head back up north. Yeah, I just love how convenient this is. Well, it looks like the... Oh, nope, he's still around. I was going to say, it looked like the hunter had finally left. He's still in the area. Once he does leave, we should pay close attention to when that happens so that we don't get overwhelmed by these flesh rippers. It looks like he may have gone, so let's go ahead and be careful from this point forward. We'll stay close to the road. Let's see if we can pick up these skins real quick. We'll take on this last gore tusk. And I think we're going to have to start heading north. Looks like we just need one more gore tusk liver. I think that's going to be it. We do need the okra, so we'll start killing some of the watchers. We still are level only 14, so we'll have to be careful when dealing with the Killing Fields quest, but I think we're going to be okay if we make sure that we take on only one at a time. Let's quickly head back to Sentinel Hill just so we can vendor some of this stuff. Clear out our inventory a little bit. Then once we return to Saldine Farm, we'll be able to cook up everything that we have. Let's before we go, let's make sure we pick up some mild spices as well, because I'm not sure if we're going to be able to pick those up or not from the farm.
Go with honor.
Looking for something specific? See you later.
Can I help you?
Let's get that last liver. We'll pick up our okra, and then I think we'll be ready to return to the farm. We'll have to check our quest again. And there's the last liver that we need. Yep, just need to collect the ochre now. Ooh, we need the murloc eyes as well, so we'll ride past the farm so we can collect both the ochre. We can get some of the red bandanas as well, I think, and we can deal with the gnolls too up north. The gnolls up north should be fairly manageable. Going to be the best that we have right now. We've still got quite a big round of quests here, but once it's complete... Oh, it looks like Codex Light has come back online as well. Interesting. That's our secondary quest add-on. We'll have to turn one of these off. But once we're done with this first round of questing, I think we can finally make our push towards Ironforge and Lochmadon. Drop rate on ochre seems pretty low, lower than I remember. But maybe it's a little bit higher on the Harvest Watchers in the fields. There we go, there's one. Let's try our luck with some of the Harvest Watchers instead. Then at least we can start working towards the Killing Fields quest. Something I've always noticed too with these Harvest Watchers is that their aggro range is quite large. You could be quite far away from them and they'll still see you. I'm definitely glad we made the switch over at least. It seems pretty safe. The Saldine field is a lot safer than, let's say the farms across the way here. There certainly aren't as many watchers in the area. Just need one last okra. There's our final piece of okra. I think Farmer Saldine himself is a vendor. Yep. So we can vendor some of this stuff before we head north. Copper tube. I think we need this for something, don't we? There's a quest in like Duskwood or something that I think we need a copper tube for. Why don't we just hold on to that just in case? I don't think we'll need the flasks of oil, though.
Light bless you.
So we'll turn in this quest on the way back down. But we got a pretty good head start on the Harvest Watchers, which is nice. Now let's go after the Gnolls and the Murlocs, and we'll turn in our quests with the Frollbrow family. We might be in Westfall for the entirety of the episode, potentially. But that's okay, we can make our trek over to Ironforge at the very end, or perhaps the very beginning of the next one.
Good day to you. Have a good one.
What can I do for you? Safe travels.
Alright, let's take on some gnolls. Alright, so since the Gnoll Paws are part of its own quest, in order to save a little bit of time, and since there's plenty of Gnoll tribes that are also higher level than this across the map, let's just go ahead and grab the Murloc Eyes first. We can actually come back and do this quest now that I think about it, because the Gnoll tribes to the south are still going to be a higher level. So we'll never, this quest will never turn gray. It's gray/green is what I'm saying, I suppose. Whereas the Murloc quest is going to be, or getting at these Murloc Eyes is going to be a little bit different, since Westfall Stew will eventually become gray/green to us. I think this is okay. I don't mind taking 2 of them on here. Level 12 isn't too bad. I also don't want to get too far into level 15 if we can help it. Just because at level 16 is when stuff in Loch Madon is going to start to turn gray. I think, well, if we complete like the very first quest that you can get there, I think we'll be okay. Alright, cool, we've got our Murloc Eyes. Yeah, let's save the no paws. I think it's fine. Yeah, we'll save the red bandanas too, because there's obviously plenty of Defias in the area to kill at varying levels. So let's head south. We'll head back to the Saldine farm. We'll turn in this quest for the Westfall stew. And then we'll handle some profession work, I think. We're going to handle some cooking. We'll cook up whatever we can. And then we'll finally move on. Alright, we're back at the farm.
Well met. Have a good one.
Bit of a respite here from the rain.
Farewell. Safe travels. Be careful. See you around.
And with that, we are level 15. So I did some math here versus, like, as far as comparing thick hide with feral aggression. I feel like feral aggression is actually going to be better for us even now with, you know, without taking into account the fact that we're not going to be able to use ferocious bite until like level 30 something. The attack power reduction from our, what is this, demoralizing roar, is a lot greater than the armor that we actually gain from thick hide. Thick hide isn't going to be super useful for us until maybe much later. Yeah, I don't need extra stealth, I don't think, and I certainly don't need extra stun duration on our 1 minute cooldown, so let's go ahead and start putting points into feral aggression next. And then once we hit level 20, we'll get feline swiftness, which is going to be incredible, and apart from that, there's a ton of other talents in the middle here that are extremely good. Basically all of them are viable to some extent. Let's go ahead and open up our inventory. We already picked up that recipe already. We've got some clam meat here. I don't know if we have any water with us though, so I don't think we're going to be able to cook it just yet. But let's definitely get rid of these herbed bake eggs here. Strider stew, we still need that apple, which I think we're going to have to get from Stormwind at this point. And then otherwise, I guess we're going to have to put all of our efforts into roasted boar meat, because I don't know when we're going to get other ingredients in order to use that same meat. So let's see how far our roasted boar meat gets us. And the boar intestines too, I feel like we should probably hold on to these. I think there might be a recipe in Loch Madon that uses these, so we'll keep them for now. Maybe we'll just shove them in the bank. And if I'm being honest, Westfall stew, we're probably just going to sell this one. The food itself isn't actually useful, and the ingredients are ridiculous. Like all three of them are pretty rare to obtain from their respective animal, so I don't think we'll be holding on to those. We'll hold on to the boar ribs too, because I think we'll eventually get something that we can use those on too.
Well met.
Just too much stuff in our inventory. feel like we've got like 4 different buff food now, making things quite awkward. When we get to Stormwind, we'll have to cook up the rest of this stuff.
Be careful.
Just double checking the map here. I think we are probably all set from this point. There's nothing to turn in at Sentinel Hill. Let's just go ahead and check our quests. We can kill 10 more Harvest Watchers if we want, but since we're already level 15, I think it's probably best that we head to Loch Madon now. Take us back to Moonglade. I don't think we need that quite yet. And let's go ahead and abandon our Dark Shore quests while we're here. Definitely not going to need to hold on to those. Let's use our Hearthstone to get back to Goldshire, and we will run up to Stormwind. And hopefully not forget to pick up the flight path this time. It's nice to get out of the rain, too. All right, let's go ahead and keep our eye out for a fruit vendor of some kind. Hopefully it won't take us too long to find somebody wandering around.
What can I do for you or the Alliance?
Gotta grab some refreshing spring water from the Gilded Rose. So we can cook up our clam meat.
Help you find something? Safe travels.
And then I guess we can dump off these boar intestines in the bag. As well as the boar ribs for now, I suppose. Just have to remember that they're there.
King's honor, friend.
Oh, the copper tubes as well. Just in case we need that later on. We're just going to delete this severed voodoo claw from our inventory. It's just taking up space. And I don't really think that we need it. Let's head over to Old Town. We're going to do some cooking. Hopefully we can find that fruit vendor along the way. It's so hard to get apples in human lands for some reason. We're here at the protective hide. Why don't we work on some leatherworking too while we're at it? We've got plenty in our bags now. I think we've picked up everything that we can from the trainer. I'll double check real quick, but I don't think there's anything left.
Greetings.
Yeah, at 75 we'll get pants. So let's continue making whatever it was that was cheapest. Yeah, these gloves.
Well met.
Alright, cool. We're going to hit level 75 now, and we're going to start talking to the expert leatherworker from now
Can I
on.
help you?
We're going to make those pants right away. At level 80, we'll get a new belt. 85, a new cloak with some stam on it.
What
See you
can I do
later.
for you?
Oh, that's right. We actually need to use a light hide for this, which we can cure 3 of, I think.
Farewell.
Very, very cool. Starting to look very different.
I supply only the finest goods.
Let's go ahead and use up the rest of our skins. Looks like the gloves will still give us some points. And perfect, it'll get rid of all the skins in our inventory as well as the thread. And we'll be at level 80. if we're going to need the light hides or not, but we'll just hold on to them just in case. There's like some sort of special recipe. That's something I should probably note down and look up as well. See if I can find any special leatherworking recipes, like where they would be located, what vendors would give them to us.
Have a good one.
Greetings.
Because I don't want to miss anything.
Be careful.
Let's go ahead and get an armor kit on our new legs. Perfect. Now we're going to go back to cooking.
Hey there. How are you? Safe travels.
You need something?
Level 70 cooking, pretty good, but not enough to get the crab cakes yet. We'll hold on to the spices for now. And we are running out of space for all of this food. I don't expect... Well, maybe we might run into some more leather scraps. I don't think we're going to run into too much more, though. So we'll be able to just vendor the rest of those soon enough. I don't think we'll need them. Fortunately, still have this strider meat in our inventory. I think that's going to be it. We're already very close to the Dwarven District. We might as well take that. For now, to get to Ironforge, we'll get the flight path there. And we're going to start making our journey towards Lochmadon. I think we've done quite enough for this episode. Really glad how far we've come so far. It really feels like we're officially in a groove. We're in a really, really good spot. Alright, we're here at the tram. Hopefully should be getting one soon. And yeah, well, the only thing we're going to need to really do in Ironforge is pick up the flight path primarily. We'll head over to the bank as well so we can dump off those cured hides. I don't think we're going to need them, but you never know. And we might as well hold on to everything that we can get. So a couple things I want to do in between episodes. We'll start our run through Dunmorrow, and then we'll probably transition to Lochmadon as the next episode starts. Something I want to look up are the leatherworking recipe locations. I want to, it's easy enough to check every every new questing hub that we visit for more recipes, but I really want to understand where the stock is going to be, when it's going to be available, like how long would I have to wait, because you could run into a vendor that might actually give you a recipe that you want, but it's not there. It doesn't happen to be there by the time that you check the first time around. So you may not know that that vendor, actually had something useful for you. So since that's such a big part of this journey, I want to make a list for myself and identify where those locations are, especially if there are any that provide blues. I don't know if there are, but if they exist, I definitely want to know about it. And maybe somewhere in Ironforge there is an apple for me to purchase. So I'll look that up as well. I'll get rid of this strider meat in our inventory one way or another. Gotta free up these inventory slots when we can. The initial round of quests in Loch Madon isn't too much different than Westfall in a sense that there are a lot of quest items to pick up. Alright, great. I think that is going to do it for me for today, guys. As always, I appreciate you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in Loch Madon. Take care.